All right. I'm making this recording. See the other recordings. I am being chronically police harassed. The police have done illegal things, and it is provable should the news media choose to investigate. My story is abnormal. I'm not typical, and so therefore you can't go to a lawyer. A lawyer wants some path that's already been broken in, or you have money, or they are on that agenda themselves. Otherwise, they don't care. I don't know if I can find some male rights attorney. Maybe send this stuff to them. I am clean as the driven snow. My gateway crime to a life of high recidivism was wearing a Bible verse on my t-shirt in Town Center Mall. My wife had aborted a baby. Then she aborted another baby, not mine, before me. And I think the guy wanted to marry her. But nonetheless, she aborted two babies. She's a selfish person and she thinks about herself. I didn't understand that then. I didn't understand that then. She aborted two babies, and after aborting two babies, she kept screwing around. She had VD when I met her. She had chlamydia. And she was willing to put out for me. I could have screwed her and dumped her. I could have gone all the way. There were some other girls who would have let me in. I don't necessarily think that they were whores. They liked me. They wanted to be in a relationship with me. They wanted to be boyfriend and girlfriend. But that doesn't last here. A few months or something like that. Maybe a year or two, or at the most, and something like that. But so I'm not necessarily saying that the girl was a whore and one 5-minute thrill, quick one or something like that. It's just we are trained very badly here. It's a bad system. The idea that you haven't found the right one is bullshit. It's your whole system. You have wrong expectations. Men are not required to be monogamous. Neither science nor the scriptures teach that. But the clergy and the state are advocating that to kiss women's ass. Women are to, be monogamous, not a man. Otherwise you have violence. If you want to discourage violence, legalizing polygyny and not allowing women to get screwed by someone else besides their husband would greatly curtail violence. You say, oh, she's an abusive man. Oh, no, they have, I'm not saying that she can't be separated from her husband. You just don't let her go get screwed by somebody else, and that would decrease violence. But no, we don't want to do that. And you don't have to, because you have fought for political power, so that you don't have to, so that you can have your cake and eat it too. All right. Where was I going with this? I lost my original point. Oh, right. I'm making these recordings for self-preservation. I may be shocked. It is not a. I've already had a cop pull the gun on me. I came out of the public restroom and just pointing at me. Drew a gun on me? I want to talk to you. What the hell? What is happening here in these recordings, over the summer, I've been criminally trespassed from, asked to leave / criminally trespassed 5 different parks. I think criminally trespassed from 4, maybe up to 5, but at least asked to leave 5 total. Some of those would be criminal trespass, some of them would be asked for leave for a day, and at least 4 parks I'm criminally trespassed. No 5 if I count Stone Mountain. It's got to be at least Stone Mountain, but that 5 is Stone Mountain. I got criminally trespassed from the free speech of Stone Mountain. That was years ago. Free speech would be illegal if it's effective. I rub people's nose in their doo-doo. I do not use obscenity, but I do tell the truth. And they become angry. But yes, I may be shot. I may be dead. If you read that I've overdosed on drugs, I do not actually do drugs. If the news media were to ever cover this, the news media were to ever investigate this, I will, you want to give me drug tests? I will agree to them. I will agree to them. P-Cups, confirm that I'm not, do not drink or do drugs. I have had alcohol over the course of my lifetime, but it has not been for years, and the reason I'm not drinking alcohol now is not because I am on the wagon. I had a drinking problem and it destroyed my marriage. now I'm, been sober for 2 years now. No, that's bullshit. I've never had a drinking problem. I did not drink before my wife, and I've only, I didn't start drinking. I had a couple of glasses when I was married with my wife. I remember going on a vacation, and I had a couple of glasses of wine. Over like a 5-7 year marriage or something like that. I had 2 glasses of wine during the duration of our marriage. So, that's, I think, the only time I drank. Oh, wait. I've taken communion, and real wine was used. But that has not happened for years. I'm not taking communion with y'all because y'all are fucking my wife via proxy. You let some man in your church, screw my wife, you guilty. You let daughters dress like whores in church, you are guilty. That's a sin. When you sit there and stay silent as a pastor lets men in church screw my wife, that is called respecting persons. All right. When you let men in your church screw my wife because men in your church, because it'd be inconvenient to you, because the majority and everything, that's actually a sin. You say, I didn't do anything. Bingo! That's exactly why you're damned. That's exactly what you did wrong. I told you that a pastor let men in church screw my wife. I was telling the truth, and you didn't do anything. Exactly what you did wrong. All right? All right. Oh brother, where art thou? Tea party. But this is for, I'm afraid I may be shot. By the police to cover up police harassment. They are now currently harassing me to cover up police harassment. It's risky for them, but here's how it works. It goes to sit there and see, we have to keep arresting him. We're not harassing him. We have to keep arresting him. He's such a nuisance and a criminal trouble. I'm sitting in a damn park doing nothing. Because I held up, this is when I did something, hold up signs, free speech. You try to arrest me when I hold up my signs, saying that's inappropriate for children. You'll let some man dick another man's wife in front of his kid's face, but, the children can't handle my signs. Huh? The generation of South Park? The generation of Britney Spears where mom and dad prostitute their own daughters to make money? Jessica Simpson and the other Simpson, Ashley, I think his name's Ashley Simpson. Dad prostitutes his own daughters. They can't handle this? Oh, come on. I see the movies at the TV that you watch. They can't handle my sign. People are walking around with shirts like Big Johnson's t-shirts. You don't arrest that for sexual innuendo, double entendre. Drilled it, nailed it. You say nothing about that as that's in front of children's faces. Women walk around with their pants so low I've seen their thong, and there were children present. Women walk around with words on their ass, and there are children present. Women are walking around with their shirt scooped so low, and children are present. Wasn't breastfeeding. I'm not talking about that. No, the idea my children can't handle my signs. I held up a sign that said whore anarchy and whoreocracy, let some dick pollute my wife. And the guy's name is Richard, and Dick is short for Richard, and yes, I'm being clever. It's like see dick drink, see dick drive, see dick die, don't be a dick. That type of thing. I remember seeing those shirts. People wore those in front of children. Nobody said anything. But this cop goes, children can spell. All right. I've seen F American flag, C Cable in London shirts. After 9/11, people were wearing a shirt from 96 Rock. It had an F, then it had an American flag, and then it had a C and a K. Everybody knew it meant fuck. Because if you could spell, look, America's going to fuck you. Fuck you. We're about to fuck you. No, that type of thing. Fuck Bin Laden. And then they had another one that had Buck Bin Laden. It's a spoonerism. Because they wanted to say fuck Bin Laden for 9/11, but that's, you can't have the F word openly. And so they had F American flag, and this one they had Buck Bin Laden, which is called a spoonerism, and everybody goes, invert the F and the B. Oh, good, clever, and all that. And everybody thinks they're so clever and deep. And so I did see, whore anarchy and whoreocracy, let some dick fluke my wife because the guy's name is Richard. Yes. No disambiguation. It's Wikisania. See also Ricky. All right. And, and 2 church-going police officers show up. I'm pointing out that their churches are a lot of men screw mine and other men's wives. And they're, you can't have that sign because of children. And he's got his little What Would Jesus bracelet do on. His name was Porter. and Milton. You know, like, you cowards. As I said, these cops will be bigger than me, and they have their badge and their protection of their office to abuse you. It's not very brave. You know, I feel like David, like when Saul was like trying to get him. Wait, you know, why are you coming out here for a flea? There's no glory and honor in this. You know, you want to, you know, I'm the one who can brag. I sit there and I stood up to judges. I stood up to the pastors. I stand up to you. I stand up to Goliath. You know, you're sitting there, you know, a big monster sitting there attacking me. And they're hiding, and I said they're not afraid to because I'm like small. No. Well, except this police harassment. As I said, they are police harassing me to like build up a case for the other past harassment they've done. I've been kicked out of an open air park for stinking open air. They made up the reason after the fact because I filed police harassment. They're like, this is police harassment. You have no reason to kick me out of the park. And so I'm homeless, so therefore I can't take a bath, and therefore I stunk. No, this is out in the open air. I may include recordings about that. I will include recordings. What is her name? Dang. One is Brian Perry, in which Brian Perry is the one who received the call from the park about me, some lady complaining about me in the park. I'm homeless, they don't like me in the park. But I wasn't doing anything. I was sitting there laying in the grass like everybody else does. And she's like, I don't like him that near my pavilion. Tough. You know, you don't want me in your park? Don't let them in stick their dick in my wife in your church. Form a policy. But anyways, so the cops really can't, that's not sufficient reason to kick somebody out of the park.